Who hitting you up?
I'm gonna watch some weird shit.
Come on, man. Get together, man. Episode 6. Episode 6. Got your boy Milton in here again. Got somebody new. My boy Zaytigi in the building.
Zaytigi.
That boy go back to good old Paradise days.
Shout out Paradise.
Nah, I fuck with Paradise. I fuck with Paradise. Paradise is shit. We actually all 3 of us worked at Paradise. About what? About a year ago? No.
About 2 now.
Starting 2 years ago.
A little bit over 2.
That's been 2 years ago?
2 years, man, yeah.
Hey, I've been in the horn for about.
Dang, that is about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all, like I said, all of us is at Paradise. That's how I know my boy T. I remember I had to get T on the show, man. We used to talk about some craziness, man.
Every night.
I'm gonna start by one thing I always kind of wanted to know. What is it like growing up in Woodstock?
Woodstock, man.
Because I'm gonna give it because I always think about like we was talking about with you and like when you moved and you went to boarding school, you moved out of Clayco, went to boarding school. I was like, man, we was talking about like how different of a person you would be if you stayed there as opposed to you moving. Like we wouldn't even know Milton.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be here.
If Milton stayed where he was
I
at,
wouldn't be here.
no.
You started in Woodstock?
Like,
Clayco.
Clayton County. Okay.
Yeah. Milton would have been a total different person.
Yeah.
Like if you just like I don't know who you would be.
it's weird.
Like I don't know you. That's why I always want to ask like how was it growing up in Woodstock?
You know, bro, Woodstock, like, just speaking of like the different types of people there, man, we got it all. We've got.
Cause I don't know much about Woodstock actually. I really don't.
We've got people super poor. We got people super rich, country. We got black. We got your typical frat guy. We got your man anything. I walked down the neighborhood. We got 4 different cultures. I got literally a Russian. I've got. Where are they from? Bulgaria. We got Bulgarians in the neighborhood. We have people from the Netherlands.
Egyptians.
And then Egyptians. There's some Arabic people in there. We got some Asian people. This is just my neighborhood, man. It's like a massive melting pot.
Really?
Like,
I didn't think Woodstock would. No, I didn't think Woodstock would be a melting pot.
it is.
I thought Woodstock was one select group type of people.
I
thought it
grew
was-
up. My best friends were from the Netherlands and from England, living in my neighborhood. I was the pretty much like only kid from Georgia living in that neighborhood, and that's kind of how Woodstock is, man. I mean, like all of Atlanta is a melting pot, but like it's just so weird how diverse everything is around.
But Woodstock is kind of new, isn't it?
It's
Woodstock hadn't been around that long.
It's been around for a little bit, but it's up and coming. You know, downtown Woodstock, it's becoming a real safe neighborhood. I don't know, like Woodstock is almost like all of Atlanta, man. Like you just see every different
like I said,
culture.
because the only time I've ever really been out in Woodstock was those few times we went out to downtown Woodstock.
Yeah.
That's really the only times I've ever been past Highway 92.
That's where most people have been. But yeah, man, I mean, like, you got every different culture, every different, I don't know, what's it called? Like, wealth bracket. It's just all
In
there,
Woodstock?
man. And we're all crowded together. You got the poor kids hanging out with the rich kids. No one really cares. Like, it's pretty accepting. It's a very accepting community, if you ask me.
It doesn't seem that way. Like looking at it, I always thought from the people I've seen at Paradise, I've always thought Woodstock was those type of people.
Nah.
Just strictly, and that was really I thought Woodstock was really about.
We have those types of people, but honestly, we don't have like that kind of money. Like, there's a few families with that kind of money, but not all.
That's what I thought. I definitely thought Woodstock was very affluent.
Yeah, no, I would say East Cobb is much, much more affluent than Woodstock.
See, and I always put when I first got to that, like
Woodstock's like the poor man's East Cobb, but not necessarily poor man. The middle class East Cobb. Like, it defines middle class living. So.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. Well, T, I know I ain't talked to you in a while, man. I know what kind of music you've been listening to.
All of it, man.
I know you said you kind of changed it, change it up a little bit.
You know, I'm not really with like the new wave of rap. Like, it's definitely like taken on to like more mumble rap, But I still listen to Juice WRLD. I still listen to like Lil Baby and stuff if I'm going out. But like most of the time, I gotta like chill with the music.
You don't like new music?
It depends.
I mean, I feel like new music. I feel like it's honestly, like you say, just it's a wave.
I feel like it's lost a lot. Like people have been saying it's been losing its like
it's definitely not. It's definitely not
integrity.
hip hop. It's not hip hop.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not at all hip hop. That's.
I'm on niche when it comes to music though. Like I listen to all kinds of stuff.
I listen to everything.
So you listen to everything.
Yeah, literally, I listen to folk, country, rap.
You listen to folk.
Dude, I love folk music, man. If it has a
what is folk about?
Folk music is mostly about just being like really just like free at heart, man. Just like enjoying like life in general. Cause you know rap. Rap is talking about like chains and girls and stuff. Folk is just talking about like.
Not all of it.
Not all of it.
Look, when it comes to rap these days, if I'm preparing for a gig, if it comes to rap, I'm gonna look at my rap in 30 minutes before it's time to leave. When it comes to other stuff, I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna go look at like new releases, like underground artists. Or I go to Spotify instead of just iTunes. If I want to find anything that everybody in hip hop likes, go to freaking iTunes, go to Apple, go to hey, let's hip hop. That's all you gotta do. It's the same old beat, same old stuff. There are different rappers. People have different.
And there's a lot of underground rappers.
Yeah,
not underground rappers.
That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, that's not. You gotta think I'm a DJ. That's not when you go out. Like Diddy was talking about when you posted that video. When you go out and all this stuff, all they're playing now is this stuff, the mumble stuff, with the cool beat, with the hot feature, latest track.
You know, I fuck with that when I'm in.
Like, I mean, it's cool. That's cool.
I guess it is a vibe. I guess it is.
I mean, it's a vibe. That's the way. So it comes that way. I'm cool with it, but that's not. But if you at my house and it's my playlist, you might have a couple on there. You gotta have a banger. It's like Mo Bamba is the dumbest song I probably ever heard. Like when I first heard that song, I turned it off. I heard it in Buckhead. No,
I didn't like the first time I heard
it. I don't go to Buckhead. I heard it somewhere out one time while I was in that. I was just like getting it. I was just like, after then I liked it, but like I'm not gonna like it's on my playlist, but that's gonna be like one out of the three. You know what I'm saying? Like
It is actually a very dumb song.
It really is.
It's situational.
You
know, when you hear it in the club and Mo Bamba comes on and everyone's singing, you're like, alright, this is fucking cool, man.
Like it's cool, whatever. I mean, everybody gonna get hyped. That's cool. I'm drinking and stuff. But if I'm freaking in the park walking the dog, I ain't trying to hear that.
Exactly.
What you trying to listen to in the park walking the dog?
I'm probably gonna listen to Weeping or something like that. You probably know this. I don't know. I said that. He's like a pop alternative EDM type guy or some chill stuff. 1975. I mean, yeah. I mean, it depends. I listen to so much alternative stuff and random stuff. I'm gonna be listening to something. I'm gonna listen to something that's an easy listen. It could be rap.
Right.
I could be listening to J. Cole for all I know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I ain't gonna be listening to ATM. I'll probably be listening to No Role Models the hardest if I'm walking my dog.
Yeah, apparently or something.
Yeah, like something like, you know what I'm saying? Like something that's an easy listen. Like I can listen to rap, but if it's something if I'm not on the scene and I'm trying to listen to rap, I'm gonna listen to something that has meaning to it, something that has everybody didn't like Carter 5, but Let It All Work Out was one of my favorite songs on there.
I did not.
He's actually talking about
Mona Lisa was some
Mona Lisa, and like I said, that song you talking about.
But I can listen to Mona Lisa too, just because I'm listening to a full story.
And it's truth.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like something that actually is talking about something other than the wave. Like majority of this rap is talking about the wave, like you said. Nothing against it, but like you said, if I'm not on the scene, I'm not gonna be listening to that.
That's cool. I mean, I give you that.
You ain't gonna come into my car when I'm chilling in my car, and I'm not gonna be playing Lil Baby or like I might be playing some Juice WRLD. He does like drop.
You like Juice WRLD?
I like his Juice WRLD and Future. That one album that they dropped.
You like that?
I like 2 songs by him. Hard Work Pays Off. That one goes. That one's pretty good.
Fine China was decent.
It's not annoying.
What song? The only songs honestly I liked on that was.
You see, I can
Make
like
It Back.
song.
I think it's Make It Back. Juice. That was just Juice WRLD.
That's what I'm saying. Make It Back and Hard Work Pays Off. Those are the only 2 songs by Juice WRLD I'll be saying. And I had to make that disclaimer since I said I ain't gonna be listening to Juice WRLD because I might be listening to those 2 songs. But
just those 2. You didn't like his album?
Not really, man. I'm not like Young Thug is as mumble rap as I'll go.
But see now,
Young Thug is a lyricist.
Young Thug, right? I was about to say Young Thug isn't mumble. He's not mumble rap, but
you know what's funny?
He's good at mumble rap.
Let me say something like
that way.
People who like aren't really from Atlanta or don't really listen to rap, they call Migos mumble rap. Do you think Migos are mumble rap?
No, I think Migos is hype rap.
Hype rap? Yeah.
They're hype.
People can't understand them though.
I think, all right,
Why not? They're on Sprite commercials. You gotta
That's what
be
I'm saying.
able to
I
understand.
understand Migos
I
fine.
feel, if anything, Migos is the most transparent, like as far as their vocals go. Like,
Yeah.
like the Sprite commercial for the
that new Sprite.
yeah, just like gotta miss my call. Like when they ride them little bikes and stuff, I can hear everything you're saying. Like if anything, I'm like they would be at the bottom of the totem pole when it came to.
I got a lot of friends who don't listen to rap and they're like, I don't know what the Migos are saying. I'm like, what, dude? I can quote this verbatim to you right now.
It's not like they're rapping. Maybe on a few songs.
It's not talk. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Sometimes Takeoff
Bad
can
and
get a
Bougie,
little
like,
bit.
come
I
on.
love
No,
Takeoff. No
no.
disrespect, Takeoff, but sometimes his voice I can't see being hard to understand. I hear it just fine.
Takeoff.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what go back to you said. Is Migos mumble rap? I would say they're more. I would say they used to be more hype, but now I feel like they're more lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
Especially by them putting out independent albums. Like, have you heard Offset's album?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about their albums fire. Everybody got a little hit on there, like especially like Casper. You got what's the other one? I like?
I did not like Quavo's.
What's the one I like? The one you showed me with the little countdown, the little space down.
Oh yeah, what's that? Martian.
Yeah. That's a hit. But at the same, we talking about Migos. So when they're all together though, I feel like they're just trying to make a radio hit.
Yeah.
Just kind of like what happened to The Weeknd. Weeknd, oh my God, man. The Weeknd.
Oh,
Weeknd.
Weeknd.
Oh my God,
he
bro.
changed it.
He
changed my life.
He just went to pop.
Oh, Weeknd changed my life. I feel like they're doing the same shit, but in the rap version. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can see that. I can see what you're saying.
Like, I mean, I think you on a Sprite
why you gotta
commercial.
bring up
Like,
The
Like, yo,
Weeknd?
dude.
bro, he hurt me, man.
As fans of
He
their
didn't hurt me.
music-
He did make different type of music.
F that.
Yeah.
F that. You know why The Weeknd hurt him is because after Party Next Door stopped making music or stopped putting it out like that. I didn't know what the hell's wrong with bro. Party Next Door used to be on repeat, man. Repeat. And then The Weeknd started having this stuff. I was like, cool. And I was like, all right, at least
Party
I got
Next
The
Door
Weeknd.
need to stop playing.
And then The Weeknd just went and I just stopped.
He just went pop. Like I said, The Weeknd just went straight pop.
Yo, that just gave me another idea. You think, since we are fans of these rappers, are you upset at them for selling out and making their money?
I mean, it's about a grind, man. Get yours. But at the end of the day, if I was in that position, at the same time, I don't know.
That's
Like
easy.
even like at the same time though, like even to where my DJ business is, like I work for every bit of that. Like I get there 3 hours early just so I can set up all this shit by myself.
And you
That's
got
a 3-man
your style,
job.
right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But at the same time, if I ever didn't make it to where I was making $1 million a gig, yes, I might sell out for the money.
If they were like, we want you to do this for $1
but at the
million.
end of the day, there has to be some point where you have to realize there's a reason, there's a way you made it here.
Yeah.
Like, it's the people who look like there's a reason your fan base is still there, not the little fan base that's riding your wave because you're doing good right now.
Because that's just a wave. That
that's
wave's
what I'm
gonna
saying.
end.
Like the people that are here right now. At the end of the day, you gotta like being an artist. If you really gave a fuck about your music from the get go, you would think like, damn, I really ain't made no shit like this again. Like, when the last time you heard a Drake? I was in that shit earlier. When the last time you heard a Drake song? Like I mean, he's had a couple straight ones. When's the last time you heard one like You and the Six or Legend or
Hold on.
Take Care. When's the last time you heard one like Take Care?
No, I'm saying like I'm just going back. That's the only reason I said Legend and stuff like that. No, he's had some.
I'm a low key Drake hater, but his last album, his whole album was on Hot 100. Every song.
I'm saying
Marketing genius right there.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's cool, but I'm talking about like if you go back to like if you're reading this is too late. Everybody remembers the album.
Yeah.
I mean, Legend. You and the Six. What else was on there?
I say Take Care is one of the best rap albums.
Yeah, Take Care was good too. That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Take Care is his best rap.
You have to. That's what I'm saying. Those you have to eventually. I'm saying I'm giving him props. Like his last album did it. He covered everything. Like the album literally goes from like fire, blah blah blah. Then goes a little slow, little summer vibe. Then back to little like bro. What? That album was fire. Like you got to do stuff like
Jaded.
Like you got to.
Hey yo, for all the listeners, let's not forget Lil Wayne brought up Drake. People forget that nowadays, and we can't forget that.
He did, but he did.
He did. Young Money brought up.
But
man,
to go back what you just said, am I mad at them for selling out? To a level of degree, somewhat yes. But like Mo said, at the end of the day, it's hard to say that because, again, so I guess you take a look at both sides of it. All right, I can stay independent, and if you're good enough, you know what you're doing, you can make.
Off.
Well, that was a lie. He lied about that.
Did he?
Yeah, he lied about that.
Damn, sorry.
But but again, he was one that was really supporting the whole independent movement. But he did come back later and was like, all right, I've signed 3 deals.
Is J. Cole still independent?
I think
he made his own label.
Yeah, I think J. Cole. What is that?
Dreamville.
Yeah.
Dreamville.
But you gotta look at it from one side. Like, all right, I can be independent, and I can make a lot of money being independent. I'm gonna make my own money. I may make a few million, whatever. And that's if you good. But on the other side of it, all right, I can make 10 to 15 million, but I may sell out. So with this selling out, you just made 10, 15 million dollars to support your family or whatever. But at the end of the day, at that moment you become a worker. Mm-hmm. When you're independent, when you're independent, you're not. But the moment
you're an employee again,
right? Although your check is big, but that's why Uzi said he. Remember talking about that's why Uzi said he retired.
Yeah, like, if I don't love what I'm doing, like there's nothing that's gonna make me like, dude. I'll get there 3 hours early to make sure that guess what, you paying me what the hell I want you to pay me. I'm leaving when I want to.
And
if I want to have a beer while I'm here, I'm gonna drink it. If I want to wear a Nike while I'm DJing, I'm gonna wear it. Like if I'm wearing a tank top because it's a pool party instead of your complex shirt, that's what I'm gonna wear. You know what I'm saying? Like
so you ain't got a boss.
Yeah, like for real. Not like I did this. Like I invested in myself, and I'm gonna like
that's some real shit.
Like, that's the same thing. Like so he could like take his DJ and make millions, or he could probably sign some type of contract and go with whoever. He still make millions, but he's gonna tell them they're gonna tell him what, when, and how to do everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Instead of having your own creativity. But now what a lot of rappers are doing, they're signing what you want to call it. They're signing they're having partnerships. Like I'm not necessarily your artist.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily signed under your label. I'm not your artist, but my publishing, my marketing, but it's a partnership. But I have my own label, like Wiz, like TGOD.
Yeah.
I forgot. I think Wiz is. I think he's under Atlantic, but TGOD and that whole umbrella is under Atlantic.
Yeah.
So he got Juicy J, Lola Monroe, Chevy Wood. All of his artists are under TGOD, but they're all under Atlantic. TGOD. Right. So I'm saying
Atlantic's giving them the advertising.
Atlantic is the. Like I think Wiz said on. I know y'all heard 28 grams. Mm-hmm. He was talking about. He was saying. No, excuse me. Taylor Alderdice. He was saying. He said a lot of these labels don't have the mind frame of that spark to make $1 million. They may have the mindset and the tools and the money to manifest $1 million. They don't have the ability to create it.
Yeah.
So that's what But like you said, but if you were to sell out, I don't even want to call it selling out because on the other side of it, you may lose your creative ability to lose your, you may not be a boss of what you want to do anymore, but you are making a lot of money. You are providing. I'm pretty sure you got a family.
Cabin Fever, boy. I don't know. You just said Wiz. You was talking about back in the day, boy. Cabin Fever, boy. Oh my God.
But
Wiz.
Cushion orange juice, like
28 grams.
When we were growing up, there wasn't like a blunt I would smoke without playing some Wiz.
No.
No.
Not at all. No. I'm not even. Hold on.
Spark the
play
blunt.
that first.
And I thought Wiz was about to go pop when he had Black and Yellow, but then he came right
Woo,
back.
I thought he was
about to go. Black and Yellow.
Wiz he couldn't even say he did. What was that? Hollywood? Was it Hollywood I'm thinking about?
All I did was listen to Wiz.
The same album Promises is on. Wiz called that.
Say Black Hollywood. Yeah,
that's
Black Hollywood.
Black
That's
Hollywood.
it.
Black
Hollywood. He kind of said he went pop with that.
It don't matter because Promises is my bro.
Promise,
Let me stop.
That shit's
bro,
good.
what? Bro, what? I don't care. Bro, I was saying Promises verbatim.
That was my senior year of high school, bro. Promises was on at every party we were going to.
What?
Always
That's the only slow song you can play on the scene.
But
I would play that after freaking Dreams and Nightmares.
See, and that's something you kind of got. Me and somebody else was having conversations about that. You kind of got like when you do, like you say, Cushion Orange Juice, Cabin Fever. You got to think when he was making that music, and when he was at that time period, he didn't have the kind of money and the kind of fame or whatever.
He had this.
Right. Exactly. So it was. So I always feel like they always said you think artists like their music change when they start making money.
Hell yeah.
Right, so some people see that as kind of like as someone as a bad thing because you do lose some authenticity of it.
I didn't like what was it, Laugh Not Fly Later?
It was Laugh Not Fly Later.
It was okay. It had some.
It was decent.
He had bits and pieces of songs I did like. Very Special. I liked the song, but I didn't like the chorus because it was the same damn thing over and over.
True.
Like there's other I treat you special because you very like that's cool now, but you said it 10 times.
They do that, man. They do that.
But you did what was Weed Farm was fire.
Yeah.
Dirt.
I like Laugh Not Fly Later. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I did. It was cool.
I don't know. He been on too long, man. He had to come out with some, man.
So it's annoying. It's annoying. Rappers go from real to pop when they get signed. But
Well, no.
Wait.
Yeah.
When we're talking about every other genre, you know the band Fun? Like Tonight, that song,
Yeah.
like We Are Young?
Yeah.
Dude, that band, they were making shit completely fucking different before they got signed. And that's what pisses me off when artists would do stuff like that. I know y'all, you looking at me like you're
No.
confused,
I know,
bro.
it's not-
But if you heard,
I know the
if you
song.
heard them before, bro,
See, I
they
didn't
were
hear 'em before.
completely
You know what's crazy?
different.
That's the only song by them on my DJ set.
That's what I'm saying.
Only
But you
song
know
I
what? If you heard them 2 years before that, they had a different name. They were called The Format. Different name, The Format. Different name, way different sound. Then they get signed, and that's what they're dropping. So it's doing stuff to music that's even above rap, man. Like,
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, but again, But again, go back to what we were just saying. It's kind of hard to fault someone for that when you think about it.
that's what I'm saying.
Think about all this
like,
music, all this time, all this money you've been spending doing this, and you switch and you make this type of song, and now I don't even know. Do they have any other music? Did they make any other music after that was big?
I'm not sure.
After that song,
They made a few. I can't name them right now because that was a hit, man. But it was completely different from anything they made. You can tell the record label.
I didn't even know there was that big
all
of like
in.
a hidden meaning behind it until like somebody told me.
And because you told me that's only
It's
another
like-
song you
you
talking
know
about because
the
he
real
told me
meaning behind that
about it.
song?
No, what is it?
It's like some girl getting beat and some other stuff. Look it up. I don't really know. Right?
It's some crazy.
No, I know. I
It's
kind of
something
mess with the
like-
flow of the conversation, but I mean, like,
No, I mean, but
record
that is-
labels
but
are
that's
really
the-
changing shit up.
But that's the same thing. But that goes like you say. We'll go back to Wiz. When you making like again, Cushion Orange Juice, Cabin Fever. Think about it. He was not gonna say broke, but he didn't have the money he had now. So when you think about it, your music, you now have money. You doing different things. You over here. You over there. Your music is gonna change because you're now doing different things.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why like people be like, oh man,
That's true. People also grow up, man.
that too. They grow up. And that's why Wiz was talking about. He said people go through like a phase. Why that's why like sometimes they say artists is that sophomore album is always worse because that's when they're kind of going through a change. That's when they're kind of like all right,
Like
I was down here. Now my first album was good. Most people's first album is like their best album.
yeah.
Then they come around, sophomore album is trash, and then they may pick up steam or something after that because that is like they call it I guess a transition.
I mean, like, just think about it like this, man. Like, Wiz started off in Pittsburgh. He was smoking dope, selling weed. That's all he gave a fuck about as a kid. And then he started making money. He's like, oh shit, I gotta care about business. He probably had a few kids. He wasn't caring about smoking weed and selling it all the time anymore. He started caring about other things. Started caring about
this kid
his
Sebastian cute as
girlfriends.
fuck.
Like, yeah.
Sebastian is
And I feel like that somewhat is I don't know. I can't really say. I would say that stuff can somewhat change your music, but
Speaking of music,
not really. It doesn't.
I was
You don't think so?
No, because at the end of the day, that is your job.
Yeah.
what's up
I
with
still
that?
respect him. I say go get your
Right.
money.
Exactly. Right.
There's a time for this sort of music. Go get
Exactly.
your money, though, you know?
Y'all heard that Please Me song, of course, the little Bruno Mars, excuse me, Cardi B song?
Mm-mm,
Nah, I haven't heard that.
How the hell? Anyway, it's like a sexy pop type song, kinda. Like the chorus is literally "Please me, baby," blah blah blah. You'll fucking hear it.
I saw she put out something about the video.
So
I hadn't heard it.
basically, I was in the car with this girl, and it came on. I was like, "You like this?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I'm really tired of Cardi B being on everything, and then like her whole persona just being ratchet." I was kind of like, I was like, I kind of cause like I was like, "So what do you think of Nicki then?" And she was like, "Yeah, she was ratchet, but at the same time, she like trademarked the color." And she still has like her classy ratchet. I was like, how can you call Nicki classy ratchet and then hate on Cardi B for being ratchet? But at the same time, Nicki and Cardi just okay. First of all, I like Cardi.
They
That's
get in
cool.
fights
I
with
like
each
Nicki.
other.
I like that cool. But I hate the fact that it's 2019 and you can't just because there's a new female rapper on the scene, you can't like both of them. Because some people are like, oh, I like Cardi now, fuck Nicki. Bitch, fuck that. Nicki got me through school, high school a little bit, man. Shit, right through me. Some of her old songs, bro. I used to fuck with Nicki. I'm
That's
not
kinda
gonna.
how it is
Like,
with
it's just
white
like,
rappers,
it's just
though,
like,
dude.
it's just. I'm sorry that there's somebody else new, but I'm not gonna shit on the past, dude. Like Nicki had some hits, bro. She
did.
trademarked a color.
She did, but also
What
with
the-
Nicki on the topic of Nicki and Cardi,
But
Nicki been hating.
but still, that you still can't just
She
because.
hates
The
because
whole
she's
nightclub thing?
because she's not on top anymore. That's and again that's somewhat why
I
I
think
kind
they
of why
should-
I guess people chose sides.
Work together, Nicki and Cardi.
You think that's why people
Y'all hearing
chose
it from
sides?
me?
That's why because that's the way Nicki they have a song.
I don't be watching this stuff. You know,
right.
I just know they beefing. I'm just like, and then it's like Team Nicki versus Team Cardi. I'm just like, man, they both do whatever.
And apparently it started with Motorsport. Migos, Motorsport. Album or some shit, yo.
I got you.
But both of them had a verse on there. And apparently it was like a battle of whose verse was the hardest. And apparently something happened with Nicki's verse where it got altered, it got changed, or something about they didn't want that verse to go on, something like that. Something, I forgot what it was. But that's what they try to make it, spark it into this whole Nicki versus Cardi situation. That's why it's whole team Nicki, team Cardi. Then Nicki just went on her radio show and just started pretty much just shitting on Cardi B.
But I think it was more the fact that she was kind of like, I wish female rappers can make it without being ratchet.
But that's
I was like, that's cool. And then I said, I understand that. Being a female, that's cool. But then I was just like, you also have people like Dej Loaf. So what did she buy, gay, whatever she is?
She herself.
And then she brought up Young and May, who I didn't even know was a damn girl until I saw the damn video. Remember you told me? He's like, oh yeah, that's a girl. I said, who? On what? That song? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit.
What about
So
City
over
Girls, bro?
Yeah, like. I mean, but at the same time, who's on that Cardi? What are they doing? Being ratchet. Yeah. I was like, what
they was big. They was big before that though. We just don't. I don't
cool.
listen.
I don't know. At the same time though, it was kind of made me think too. I mean, like I get what you're saying. What is there a female J. Cole? Is there a female Jay-Z? Is there a female Kanye?
The problem with that
you know
is,
what I'm saying? No, I know she wasn't
shitting
on it, but it's just like I wish there could be a different persona of women making it, and that might help along with. And I kind of like told you, I was like, that's kind of fair. That might help along with women getting like objectified through rap music. Like, damn, like all y'all, like you people that do make it. Like, if you see, I went and watched the Bruno Mars and Cardi B video for the "Please Me" song, telling you about. Yeah. Shout out, gotta ask her, look, they're doing the thing. I mean, cool, do your thing. I ain't hating on you, do your thing. That's sexy, that's cool. But shit, the only ones that do make it, who are prominent, who are notarized, are doing what they're being rapped about, and people are hating that rappers are talking about this. But like, you see what I'm saying? It's like. It's like two lesser evils.
Well, when it comes to, it's true. I agree 100% what you just said, but I feel like in Cardi's retrospect, that's how she became who she is.
Yeah.
Off of that.
Oh, 100%.
That
I mean,
is
hey,
her.
Get yours, man.
But that is her. But in somewhat, you kind of got to respect it from her being a strip in her past life. Think about it. Regardless of all this in between, again, go back to exactly what this girl said. Cardi was a stripper. You go from a stripper to winning the Grammy.
That's gonna change some shit.
You went from I don't care what you want to call whatever how ratchet she is. You can never deny how talented she is.
She is talented.
She won album of, and not even just she won album of the year
over Swimming, which I thought was a very good.
She won album over the year after what I thought was my favorite album. No, Mac Miller. She won over Nipsey Hussle.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking about swimming pools.
But I'm just so again. I'm not saying I don't disagree with rap. Not even just rap, sports. Everything in this world simply objectifies women. It's horrible. Everything.
Pause. Okay.
So that's you know.
Speaking of swimming, did y'all listen to it all the way through before he died? Yeah. I love Mac Miller to death. I followed this.
He lied to us,
but
bro.
I did not listen to swimming all the way through.
I did.
Okay, that's why when you said that, I said Kendrick. I was like, did he come on like a swimming pool, like part 5 or something? Like I didn't even know what that was name is. I have I don't need to lie no more.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song? Shit.
No, I didn't listen to Mac. Why?
Huh?
What made you say that? What made you say that?
I was just thinking about it because like when you said Mac, I was like, damn, that wasn't the name of his album. I was like, did y'all listen to it that much? Like I didn't really.
I listened to it a few times, honestly, but like I always fuck with Mac Miller. I always fuck with like his weird realness, bro. Cause like he was
R.P. Mac.
There's a party on Fifth Ave. R.P. Mac.
No, I mean I like Mac, but Mac kind of switched it. And again, even with Mac. When he got money.
Well, he was struggling.
2009 is my shit.
Yeah, 2009. He was struggling hard with all of his addictions, man. That's like he changed.
True, but and you got to think about it. That's why they say
there was nothing in between for him. I don't feel like. Well, I didn't follow him that close either. Like, was he really releasing shit between like?
I mean, he kind of like, Macadelic is when he changed from his frat boy rap. Macadelic, he dropped. That got weird as fuck.
I went to that concert.
Yeah, that got weird. He got like weird as fuck. I loved it, but like he definitely started getting a lot weirder.
Hey,
than that.
Blue Slide part was straight.
I ain't like Blue Slide.
Yeah, that
What's
was
the one
all
after
like
that?
his
What's
early
the-
years.
yeah, one
rap
after
stuff.
Watching movies, I didn't even
Yes,
listen to that.
that one.
I fucked with that.
That
Watching
one is
movies
hard.
with the sound off,
Yeah.
I haven't heard any.
I
I
actually
have
like
never
that
even
one.
seen this album.
That one, yeah, that one was
I've
good.
never even seen this
He
album.
got
Bro,
some
Max
songs on
say
there.
some shit that's like,
Look.
God damn, did he really just say that? It's true though.
Look, Party on Fifth Ave, Smile Back, and Missed Calls.
My Scars was dope.
What?
Party on Fifth
I
Ave,
don't know.
dope.
What? Party on Fifth Ave was my freak part.
Yeah. Mac was dope, man. I think he dropped hit after hit until he made that album with Ariana. That one was kind of whack. Ariana Grande, The Divine Feminine. That one was
They made an album for that?
Yeah. That album was kind of whack, but
I didn't even know they made an album.
yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's,
I listened to all of Mac's stuff, like hardcore. That was a big Mac.
But again, even with Mac, that's why I mean, it's I don't know. That's why they kind of say, you know, what money brings out your demons or whatever.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm pretty sure Mac, again, he had been rapping about doing hella drugs.
Every video
Way
you see
back
of Mac,
when.
he's
Way
doing
back
it.
when. Right. Way back when. But when he got money, when he had all this, dealing with Ariana,
I gotta go down with some more.
dealing with all this, whatever he had going on.
Whatever he had going
Whatever
on.
he had going on, that's, clearly that's how he dealt with it. That was his coping. Or
Maybe
coping
what he had
mechanism
going
or
on
whatever.
was just addiction itself.
Right. But I mean, yeah, which I don't know, man. That's kind of a I guess in that light that's a tricky thing to even flip it, even to go to Future. Future did an interview. He was saying like Future didn't want to let his, it's kind of crazy to think about it, but he didn't want to let his fans know that he stopped drinking lean.
Yeah, because his
Because-
music did change now that
Right.
you think about it.
It did.
Yeah.
It did, but
Codeine crazy.
it changed a little bit.
You're not telling me New
Woo!
Future is the same as Purple Rain.
Or Dirty
Future.
Sprite too.
Dirty Sprite 2, Purple Rain. That
It's,
shit
you know
was
what?
all
It's
different.
not. Future's music now has more meaning.
At the same damn time.
Future,
Bro, what? Future,
Future
More
music
meaning,
now.
bro?
Yes.
More, yeah.
Have you listened? Yeah, go listen to Beast Mode 2. Go
Beast Mode 2.
Go listen
Bro,
to
you
Hendrix.
heard some more?
His flow kind of has gotten me
Yo,
off.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, shit.
And-
Hey, Future,
Hey,
he
no
doing.
disrespect. No
Oh, no, I got you.
disrespect.
Yo, no, I got you.
Remember-
It's not the same. It's not the same music, but hey.
Remember,
that
we didn't
shit
even
has
like
more
Hendrix.
than potential to it.
I hated Hendrix at first. His last album, not Hendrix. I'm talking about the new
One
one.
with Incredible on it.
No.
Oh, the one that
That-
came out
that-
the same. No,
that
because
was-
he released 2 fucking albums at the same time.
Yeah.
didn't he?
No,
He
that
released-
was
no,
one
that's
album.
something.
That was one album. Not that.
No.
Hendrix.
What's the 2 he released back
Future
to
and
back?
Hendrix.
But you just say what?
Hendrix.
Future,
yeah.
but the new one is Hendrix. The Hendrix
No, I know,
something
but
else.
the ones when we were back at Farmbrook, it was 2 he released at the same time.
Future
it
and
was Future
Hendrix.
and Hendrix.
Yeah.
And they were 2 separate, right?
No, that was technically one. They were just releasing.
But one had a
different
different album cover. One was
Yeah.
a little white, but and the other
Yeah.
one was some other
Like
shit.
some like flowers.
That was the one with
some, like,
Incredible
some-
on it.
That was Hendrix.
That was Incredible. Yeah, that was
Right,
Hendrix
right.
in the
Right,
Future.
but he has that Hendrix. I forgot the name of Hendrix. Whatever his new one he just came out with. That one I hated this album at first. I'm talking about I hated it. One day I was like, and all Future's been like this. Every time Future comes out with something, I always listen to it. The first time I hate, and I go back and listen to it, and it's the best shit I've heard in my
I
life.
hate Crush Up.
So I hated Crush the first time I heard it. But his Future's whole album, if you go back through it and listen to it, you really only find one or 2 bad songs.
I
on
gotta
it,
do that.
including Crushed Up. Every other, me and Damon did it one day. Went through every single song. Like, Damon, when you go back through this album, that's not really a bad song on here.
What's the one with some more on it?
That's Beast Mode 2.
Boy,
That's
Beast Mode 2 is fire.
I'm a huge fan of the older Future, but I mean, like,
You know, like let's see,
You
and
got
that's
it.
why I say new
Okay,
Future is
honestly-
different.
Honestly,
Yeah.
if there's one time I would honestly back this motherfucker up as far as music goes, it would be that. I never really believed in sex, cause like I'm a DJ, like dude, if
Yeah.
I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna fucking like it.
Mhm.
Dude, I'm telling you, I did not like Beast Mode 2 at first. I went back and listened to that shit again because he kept playing it, bro. I don't know what else. I was like,
I'm
what the fuck
telling
was I
you, Beast
listening to
Mode-
it for?
because
like,
Future, I don't know
if
what-
you listen to it more than once, like just let the shit play on shuffle.
that's true. I'm the type who needs to listen to albums
Twice. If I'm a fan, I'm going to listen to your album. Twice.
Bands, music I've been listening to. If
Yeah.
a friend gives it to me, I'll listen to it the first time, hate it, second time.
Right.
You know what? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we can get off music real quick. I got more of a philosophical question to
Let's
ask
hear
y'all.
what you got.
What do you think is more important? Pursuing a degree or pursuing your dream?
Depends what your dream is, man. I say
Your dream is your dream.
My dream is make money.
But no, you got to be more specific than that.
Damn, dude.
You got to be more specific. How do you feel about that? With you honestly having both, what would you say that is more important?
Well, the thing about it is that it all depends on. He kind of answered it right. It all depends on what your dream is. Because if I wasn't trying to be like 100% full production, backlighting, like photography, videography, blah, blah, everything DJ have all in one, eventually have my own team, like, I wouldn't have to get another degree. It's just the fact that being a DJ or being anything as far as music related, I have to have the open schedule. Like, no, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying, though. The thing about it is that, yeah, I have my bachelor's degree, but at the same time, unless you really, really know somebody, with your bachelor's, you ain't making no more than 40, 50, and that's good, and anybody can get a 40, 50. And I'm like, cool. I'm like, hey, that's cool, but guess what? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Like, I'm still paying on my first 4 years. So, but the thing about it is that if you're going to make that 40, 50, guess what you're going to have to be doing? 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Guess what I can't do because I'm a DJ? I can't do that. So that means during the week, Wednesday when I'm at student complexes, or Fridays when I have to do weddings and be there at noon because it starts at 5, but of course I have this 3-hour setup I gotta set up. I can't do stuff like that. So how am I gonna chase my dream if I have to get another degree? But it's like, so that's why I'm pursuing my master's, because if I get my master's, hey, guess what? Like, I'm gonna be making more than 50. I'm gonna make what I want, and it's gonna take me 1 year grinding it out, letting them know that, hey, I'm gonna need to know more than 2 weeks in advance. I'm gonna need to know a month in advance to get off because it's jobs. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's two ends that you have to figure out. So it's kind of to the point that, like, hey, I'm gonna make
master's degrees are almost necessary.
That's what it's 100% almost necessary.
But that's also more debt.
Yeah, it's more debt depending on how you take it. The only reason I haven't started is because I literally haven't got a certain score I want on the test. Yeah. So once I get this score on this test, I only have to go 2 years instead of 4 years. But guess what? At the end of the day, by the time I finish school, like I charge $150 an hour. Yeah. $150 an hour. Like, dude, if I have 2 gigs in a week, which is about to start happening again, you see how much I've been moving. Like, when I start having that again, like, it doesn't matter. And like, that's why I'm still at the horn on the weekend. So like, if I have a good week, I can make 2 stacks in a week just because I DJ. So that's cool, and everything's paid off come July, so everything's going in my pocket after that. So it's cool, but at the same time, if I go get my master's, and then it's kind of like, hey, guess what? Do the gigs you can, but guess what? That paycheck you have is gonna pay for that next amount of setup. Because eventually, I wanna get a better speaker system. I wanna get a better this, a better that. But as far as back to the question though, as far as pursuing a dream or pursuing a degree, I feel like it all depends on where you're at. Because at the end of the day, if I was in Florida, bitch, I'd be on a poster by now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like I agree with somewhat. It depends on where you're at, and I agree with it. Somewhat depends on you.
No, where you're at as far as financial location. Well, depending on what you're doing too. It depends on your dream too.
Work ethic has a lot to do with it as well.
But think about it. Go back to what he just said. Think about it. All right. So if you at, we're gonna take it back to the age of 18. We'll take it back from the time you graduate high school. If you wanted to have, you have the opportunity to go get a degree. To pursue a degree, or you have the opportunity, and this time you know what you like to do. You have the opportunity to pursue your dream. What do you think at the end of the day, or we'll just say even in 10 years, what would be the better decision?
You know, man, I honestly think anyone can make it in what they want to do.
Exactly. That's why I said it doesn't depend on your dream.
Given that they're willing to put in the work for it, because if you want to be a rapper, the only rapper producer I know who's made it is ZD. He's been on NBA YoungBoy, Ray Shrimmer, all their tracks produced for him. This motherfucker missed class. This motherfucker didn't show up to work. This motherfucker couldn't sleep half the time because he was making beats all the fucking time for 5 years.
It depends on, look, if you believe in your dream more enough that it's just like you're going to put in the time for the next 10 years until you get your big break. But then at the same time, it's just, what if you don't get your big break? Then yes, you're going to be sitting there making a 40, 50, but you're going to be sitting there working your ass off a lot harder if you don't get over that bump. But at the same time, you said you know people who made it. You know people who made you at the same time. You're making it. Like shit, if you making 40, 50 and you ain't answering nobody, cool. Like dude, I ain't had no fucking desk job since damn 2015, 16. I'm doing just fine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, so it's kind of like I don't know. So like, I do have my degree on my back. I'm glad I got that out the way. Good. But at the same time, guess what? I'm paying on that shit. You know I am. You know I got a lot.
I guess a better way to word the question again. If you were at, we'll say time, if you were at 18, say you started, and like you said, to go back to knowing what you wanted to do at the age of 18, that's number one first. Knowing what you want to do at the age of 18. If you sit back and think about all the time from the age of 18 to the point that you are right now, if you wouldn't have went to college and you strictly worked on DJing was your dream, do you think, or you don't believe you would be a lot further in what you were doing if you did not, I'm not going to say waste the time, you got the degree. I'm just saying that amount of time it took you to get that degree, if you thought about if you were strictly focusing on DJing, do you think you would be a lot further in what you wanted to do?
In DJing?
If you put
if I knew I wanted to DJ at 18.
If you put that amount of time and that amount of effort that you put into getting your degree.
Like that, 100% fucking yes.
That's the question I was asking. That's the question I was asking.
At the same time, because I already answered the question kind of, because guess what? Guess what I'm doing, world? I'm going back to school again, so I don't make, like, if I was 18 and I knew what I wanted to do and it didn't just smack me in the face 2 or 3 years ago, like, I would be making what I'm making now without.
You probably make quadruple what you make now.
Probably. If it was just solely DJing, yes. I'm making the same amount of money, if not more than the money I can make with my first round of a degree, with the loans, without making a 9 to 5. I have freedom. Like, dude, I can get up. Where you want to go somewhere tomorrow? Let's go. Girl want to go out on a date? Look, you a nurse? Cool. I can fix my schedule. You 9 to 5? Cool. I hang with you on the weekends. I can do what I want to do. And guess what? I'm gonna make the same money I made from the first degree. I'm going back simply because the thing I spent 4 years on and I'm gonna pay on for maybe the next 4 or 5 years didn't give me what I wanted. Like, that's cool. I'm glad at the same. Okay, I am not. Look. I'm not shitting on the degree.
Well, no.
Listen. Check me out. I'm not
shitting on degrees. Fuck your college degree.
That's what I was trying to get.
Fuck your college degree.
No. I'm not going to shit on the degree simply because at the same time, no matter what, at the end of the day, just from having that piece of paper, you can always go get a 30 to 40. Cool.
I make 40 being a server.
That's what I'm saying. You can make more than that. No, that's what at the end of the day, what if my hands fell off? What I'm gonna do? I can still go make 30 to 40. If I was an 18-year-old guy, we were talking about. You never know if you never know if your hands did fall off. No, that's what I'm.
You never know what you could have put into play while you were all this time, effort, and money you spent on getting a degree. You never know.
No.
Even if your hands did fall off.
No, I'm saying you can't.
Your hands if they fell off.
Dude, no. Listen, what I'm saying. I'm saying that I believe you. Fuck a degree, cool, whatever. I'm saying I'm never gonna shit on a degree personally because if something were to happen,
a lot of people need them.
Yeah. At the same time, a lot of people need them, especially depending on their background, where they came from. So you cannot shit on a degree ever. And at the same time, at the end of the day, if something did happen, it's not my situation. I'm just saying if something were to happen to me, knock on wood, please. If something were to happen, I can always fall back on that. Like, I'm always gonna have that scapegoat. If you get a degree, you're always gonna have that scapegoat. But guess what? Getting that scapegoat, you're gonna be paying on some shit. That's gonna be 4 years of your life. So it's give or take. Do as you want to. Don't ever feel like to make it in this world you need a degree. Because God, boy, I promise you don't. But at the same time, it's your step. It's the way you're raised.
I was the worst. But I'm confident.
No. And again, to go back, we just said that is like what people think. Oh,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if that's what you want to know,
that's what every teacher's gonna tell you. When I was graduating college, my teachers were like, "Oh, T, what college you going?" I'm not going to college. I'm gonna get into real estate. I'm gonna be serving. I'm making my money. I've done hella research on being a broker, and that's not short term
what
or
you
anything.
said earlier, it goes back to work at
30, 32, you know?
Wait 3 years.
But you know what? They were all like, T, you're fucking crazy. You need to go to school. I'm like, nah, I don't need to go to school. Like, I have a best friend. I'm not going to say his name. Dude's 23. Guess how much he's making? 6 figures. And he ain't going to school for that. He's paying cards, he's doing manual labor, but he's making 6 figures right now. His future family is
and again, all right, actually, because when you think about it, the people with
degrees ain't gonna make 6 figures in 10 years.
I mean, it's possible.
You work your way up.
Look how much time you just wasted. And if you think, not wasted, excuse me, that's the wrong word.
And you know what? How much time you spend?
How much time you spend? If you put that time into yourself, do you know what you can do with that time?
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta have talent. Let me go ahead and let you know. You can't just be out. You can't. Let me let you know something. You can't just be 18. Disclaimer.
Let me say. Biggest part of making money without a degree, Milton wouldn't be anywhere he is now if he didn't have people skills. You gotta know how to talk to people. You gotta know how to sell yourself.
You do.
I mean,
100%.
and one thing-
work ethic, like you said.
Work ethic, sell yourself, work 12 hours a day and be able to sell yourself and talk to the right people.
At the same time, I had a different route too. Like, I was the first person to go to college in my family, so that was something I was like, that was something I wanted to do.
You, man.
If that made sense, you know, like so that was something like, yeah, like you said, I got out of Clayco early, so.
But yo, I mean, like,
It was,
you only get one shot at life.
man.
Fucking
That's
work
what I'm
your
saying.
ass
Do your
off.
thing. Hey, exceed where you can.
That's why, you know, a lot of people say, that's why I always kind of wondered, like,
Hey, that was good. Hey, that was
Wait.
good.
You want to be an engineer, you want to be a lawyer, then yeah, go to school. You
and again, that's nothing to take away. That's nothing
Hey,
wrong.
save me.
There's nothing wrong with getting a degree. Like that's like
It's
it's
something
nothing
new.
wrong with it because it does show that you have the discipline to go to school for 4, 6, 7, however long it takes you to get it. Doesn't matter. You have the discipline to do it. So that should stand for something. It honestly should stand for more than what it does this day and age. It really should.
Let me give y'all a
Like
quick
you would think,
statistic.
it honestly really should.
Quick statistic.
I got you.
87% of millionaire entrepreneurs, you know what they don't have?
Probably a high school degree.
They don't have a degree. And
No,
that is
probably
on
a
God.
probably
You
a
can look
diploma.
that shit up.
Probably a diploma.
Nah, they got diplomas, but they
They
don't
probably
have
got a
college
garage.
degrees.
You saw that.
I mean,
Probably got a
but
garage.
because I guess that's why I asked the question because if you think about how much time, if you sit and think about how much time you spend at a 40-hour a week job over so many years, you'd be like, yo, I just wasted.
Yo, and
500,
So with
60.
that, bro,
Like
I'm
you think,
telling you,
but
man,
if you
I can't go back to 9
but if you
5,
put that
man.
time, if you put that time into yourself, man, you never know what honestly could come out of that.
Yo,
It ain't even that. You gotta live, man.
You gotta live, but again, all right, so
no, I'm just.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, of course
don't
you gotta
blow
live.
your money though on
Boy.
dumb shit.
But again, to flip it, to
That's
flip that over, to translate that into entertainment and rappers and singers and all that, you got to think about it. That comes with a sacrifice. Now, on the flip side of that, get a degree, you gonna pay your loans back, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do with this 4 to 6 years. But and with this starting, living out your dream at the age of 18, you gonna take some sacrifice. It's gonna be some
Oh,
sacrifice.
hey,
better
business.
know.
Hey,
You
there's
gonna
slow
lose.
seasons. There's slow seasons.
No, it's
Slow
gonna be.
seasons.
It's probably gonna be rough. Think about
Equipment breaks.
not even that. Just think about all these rappers that.
Boy, I tell you.
Think about all these
Shit,
rappers.
you might get in a car crash. What you gonna? You gotta pay for that shit.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly. You don't have insurance.
Yeah,
That's another.
I ain't got health insurance because I ain't in school
Which
right
which
now.
is
What
the
if I get
reason
sick?
why a lot of people get jobs. is people. I be honest with you, people like me that need insurance on a year like you. I'm prone. I fuck up something quick. I had a lot of stitches in my body last year alone.
Damn.
Alone in 1 year. So that's why a lot of people do get jobs. So that side of it, that's why I said it's hard not to, and a lot of other things play roles. And then when you have kids and again,
Look, we just want y'all to stay woke. Just
Can
know,
I give some advice?
Ain't nothing clear cut. Nothing is clear cut in
No, it's all-
2019.
no.
It's
Hey,
not
hey,
what.
hey, let me give some
Stay woke.
advice to the kids. Let me give some advice to the kids. If you thinking about going to college and you dread that fucking thought, good, don't go to school. Go get a good job. I'll recommend serving. You make easy fucking cash serving. You can get a serving job anywhere. Save that fucking money. Don't be blowing on weed. Don't be blowing on parties. Sure, treat yourself every now and then.
You gotta
But
live, man.
Save
You gotta
that
live,
shit
man.
up.
I don't know. I ain't gonna say-
Save. And one more thing. And also set your fucking goals. Make sure you got short-term,
Yeah, know what you're
long-term
doing.
goals, and know who the fuck you are, man. Don't be falling into other traps. If someone tells you, oh, well, you can make money this way, nah. Figure out how you're gonna make your money. If
Yeah.
you're gonna invest, make your money that way. You know what? Just make your connections, live your fucking life. Chances are someone's gonna like you down the road and might offer you a job. They say, yo, you need a degree for this job? Fucking go get a degree. Like, who gives a fuck?
We were talking about
Like,
rappers selling out, not you. These rappers are
Not
making
you.
millions. We ain't talking about
But-
you selling out.
sell out. You gotta take care of your kids.
I'm glad you brought up that point. These rappers are making millions. But have you thought about?
No, I'm saying don't sell out for no dumb
No,
shit.
right,
Yeah.
true.
Don't sell out
Good
for no
point. All right.
pound. Like, almost
Right,
said, I
good
sold
point,
out
good
for this
point.
pound.
Solid point. But let's go back to what we were saying. These rap like people taking sacrifices. We see them now make it like Wiz, all these rappers making this money now. But when you think about how much they have sacrificed before all of this, like 10 years ago, probably sleeping on people's couches.
Yeah.
Probably had no money, probably didn't have gas money, spending all their money in studio time because they invested all of their money and time into themselves. That is the reason they are who they are today.
And you know what? They fucked up down the road. They had their times. Is it even worth it? And look where they at now.
Right. I mean,
That's
but
why the people who make it, because they know they worth it. They don't listen to motherfuckers saying they ain't gonna do it.
very true. But to go back to Milk Point, Don't do it if you ain't got talent.
Yeah, don't.
Anyway, man.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
We ended right there, man. That's what's that? Episode 6. Episode 6. A lot about nothing. Again, the boy Mill.
That was good.
My T in the building.
Yeah,
right?
nice.
That's it, man. Appreciate you.